You know, a lot of people think you need a finance degree or some huge salary to build wealth. But that's just not true. What you really need is a simple roadmap and, well, the commitment to actually follow it. So let's dive in and build that map together step by step.
This quote, it's not just some old saying. It is so true, especially when it comes to your money. Before you can make any real, meaningful progress, you have to know exactly where you're standing right now, today.
So where are you really? It's a tough question, isn't it? And honestly, most people just skip it. They jump straight to budgeting or investing. But you can't. This is the most important first step, taking a clear, totally honest look at your finances.
I mean, think about any map you've ever seen at a mall or a park. What's the first thing you look for? That little star that says you are here. We need to find that for your money. This isn't about judging yourself, it's just about getting clarity so you can actually move forward with the real plan.
Okay, so how do we find that you are here spot? It all comes down to these three numbers. And here's why looking at it yearly is so important. A single month can be misleading, right? You might have a great month, but you forget about that big car repair bill from the spring. A full year, that tells the real story. And that income surplus at the end, that's everything. It's the fuel you're going to use to build wealth.
Let's talk about the big one, net worth. See, your income pays the bills, it buys you a lifestyle, but your net worth, that's what buys you freedom. This is the number you want to see going up and up over time. It's the ultimate scorecard for your financial health.
And look, it really boils down to this simple idea. Everything you have falls into one of these two columns. Every single time you spend or save, you're choosing a side. Are you building your assets on the left, or are you building your liabilities on the right? The second you really get that, everything starts to change. All right, so we know our starting point. We've found that you are here star on the map. Now what? Well, now we actually draw the map. This is where we give every single dollar a job to do and tell it exactly where to go. So first stop on the map, tackling debt. You've basically got two main strategies. The avalanche method, that's the math lover's choice. It's going to save you the most money and interest, no question. Then there's the snowball. This one is all about psychology. Getting those quick wins feels so good and it builds momentum. So which one is better? The best one is the one you'll actually stick with, period.
And for your monthly spending, a simple framework like this 50-30-20 rule is a total game changer. Don't think of it as a strict restrictive budget. Think of it more like a guide. It just makes sure you're balancing living your life today while also building a secure future. And that 20% for future you, that's where all the magic happens.
Okay, we've got a map. But a map is pretty useless if you don't know where you're going, right? This next part is where we pick our destination. Your goals are the why behind all of this. They're what's going to keep you going when you'd rather just, splurge on something you don't need. And here's the absolute key. When you need the money for that goal is the single most important factor. The timeline for your goal tells you everything. It tells you whether that money should be tucked away safely in savings or if it should be out there working hard for you through investing.
Just think of it like this. For short-term stuff like a down payment on a house in 2 years, you need that money safe and sound, no risks. But for those big, faraway goals, like retirement in 20 or 30 years, well, now you've got time on your side, and that lets you ride out the market's ups and downs for much bigger growth.
So, we have our starting point, we've got our map, and we've picked a destination. Now, let's talk about hitting the accelerator and getting there a whole lot faster.
So when do you actually pull the trigger and start investing? It's not a mystery. It's this simple 3-step process. First, get a small safety buffer, just 1 month of expenses. Then, you attack that nasty high-interest debt. Think credit cards. After that, you can do 2 things at once. Build up the rest of your emergency fund and start investing.
Now, why is getting rid of high-interest debt so critical? Think about it. If you have a credit card charging you 18% interest, paying that off is like getting a guaranteed 18% return on your money. You can't find that anywhere else. That's why we say to crush any debt that's costing you more than, say, 8%, because that's a powerful financial move that sets you up for success later.
And if you ever wondered why investing is the accelerator, just look at this. This chart says it all. Same person, same money, same amount of time. The bar on the left is just saving. The bar on the right, that's investing. The difference is absolutely staggering, and it's all thanks to the power of compounding. It's your money making money. It is the single most powerful tool you have for building wealth.
So there you have it. See, it's not about complex algorithms or trying to time the market.
It's about following a simple, logical roadmap.
Let's just recap the whole journey one last time. First, know where you are by calculating your net worth. Second, map your route with a simple budget and a debt plan. Third, choose your destination by setting clear goals with timelines. And finally, number 4, accelerate your journey by putting your money to work. That's it. That's the whole plan. You now have the framework, but the most powerful financial tool you have isn't a stock or a savings account. It's taking action. So the only question left is, what one thing will you do today to get started?